Okay, guys. So, just to set the scene where we are, we're currently working through the probability section of things. I just thought I'd clarify this because I haven't given you a scheme of work as such, so you're sort of just seeing whatever I produce. So this is what we're doing. So probability kicked off with us revising fractions, because we're going to be using those when we come on to doing the probability trees shortly. And then we're currently going through these sort of topics in this second bit here. Sample space is just too easy, so I've left that. Then we did expected frequency and estimated probability was our 36.2. Today we're going to do two-way tables, 36.3. And our next lesson, we're going to do Venn diagrams, 36.4. Now, Hegarty Maths has got loads of good stuff on Venn diagrams, so I'm minded that we might do 2 or 3 lessons on those. Even though we're being told we should just be really revising more basic stuff, I just wonder whether it might be a good time just to advance that a bit. But I'll leave that with me. I'll see. But anyway, once we've finished all these sort of revision topics under number 2, we're then going to move on to do tree diagrams, which in theory is new, but I think we did quite a bit of it last year, so it would be more sort of revision for us as well, really. So two-way tables is what we're looking at today. Now, in the good old days when the GCSE was very straightforward, they tended to give us the table, and then it was just very easy filling in the gaps just by reading the information you were given. But it's rare that anything comes up that easily nowadays, and it's just too easy anyway. So all our focus is going to be on where they just give you the information, and you've got to appreciate that it lends itself to a two-way table. So they don't tell you to use a two-way table, and it can be solved just by being brainy, but it's a real brain ache. It's very easy to get into a muddle. So what you guys need to do, you need to sort of spot when a two-way table might be possible, might be a useful tool to use. So what you're looking out for is where you've got sort of the information that can be filed in a grid. So for example, you've got males and females going down one side, and you've got swimming, squash and gym going across the top, or it might be French, Spanish and English. So when you sort of get information that you can sort of picture it forming a nice grid, using a two-way table is the way to go. So this is a classic question from not that long ago, about 5 years ago, the GCSE. It was very early on in the paper, so it threw quite a few people. So what we've got to do, we've just got to process the information so we can see that these people either swim, play squash or go to the gym. So swim, play squash or go to the gym, and you put in a total column, and they are either male or female. So we've got a male and a female and a total column. And then you've just got to process all the information you're given. So we're told there are 50 people in total. So that goes down here into our bottom right-hand corner. 21 of the people are female in total. So there's our 21 female in total. So start off just by putting in all the information you were given. Do not try and fill in the gaps yet. So I'm doing all the blue numbers down here. So there are my 21 people who are female. 6 of the 8 people who played squash were male. So 2 facts there. Here's the squash column. There are the 6 male, and there is the total number playing squash, which is 8. So 6 out of 8. Just the blue numbers for now. 18 of the people used the gym. So that's a total number for the gym. And 9 males went swimming. So there's my 9 males went swimming. Now, once you've got all those blue numbers, you just fill in the gaps, okay? And it doesn't matter which order you do that. So clearly, that must be 2, because 6 plus what gives us 8. So that must be 2, okay? That number there must be 29, because 50 take away 1 is 29. Once we've got that 29, that must be 14, because 9 add 6 and 14 is 29. And once we've got that 14, 14 plus 4 must be 18. Now, whatever the question asks you, please don't just stop when you get to that bit of information. Fill in the whole grid and make sure that the grid works both ways, because that's the way you're going to pick up if you've made a little slip with your adding up somewhere. So even though once I've got to that 4, my work is done, just fill in the grid and make sure when you get to your final number, say 15 here, that 9 and 15 does indeed make 24, and 15 add 2 and 4 does indeed make 21. And that's the way to sort of check that you're probably right. So anyway, the question said, work out the number of females who use the gym. Well, there we go. Gym, females. My final answer is 4. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, so it's quite a straightforward one today, please. I just want you to go and do Hegarty 424. Feel free to watch the video if you want to, but you can see it's very similar to the one we just did. We've got boys and girls going down the side and biology, chemistry and physics going across. You can see that he's filled in all the bits that he was given in red, and then he's gone around filling in his gaps in green. So that's sort of a classic question. 100 students are interviewed to see biology, chemistry and physics. So biology, chemistry and physics across the top, boys and girls down the side, and so on. Looks like you've got 4 questions. So if you could please just go away and do that now, that would be great. I don't envisage it will take you very long, okay? And then next time I see you, we will move on to Venn diagrams. As always, I will keep an eye on Teams for the rest of this lesson and beyond. So if any of you've got any queries, just send me a quick post. And obviously, I'll be looking out for your percentages. The second I see a very high percentage, I will transfer that information from Hegarty across onto assignments. So I'm sure you can see that when you go and look at your homework page, you've nicely got all the lessons filed down the right-hand side now. And I'm transferring your percentages across onto there. If you find that you've got a percentage, say 60-odd%, and then a bit later you bump it up to a higher percentage, can you just quickly post me and say, look, I've just improved my mark from 60 to 80 or something, because I might miss it as you improve the mark, okay? I mean, that's only if you do it quite a bit later. Obviously, if I go and see that somebody straight away only gets 50%, I'm assuming you're probably going to have another go at it straight away to try and improve it. So I'm holding on transferring the marks across straight away. But if you improve your mark quite a bit later, like say this afternoon or a different day, just let me know that you've improved your mark. Otherwise, I might miss it. And I obviously want to have your best mark transferred across over onto my Teams remote control mark book. Okay. Hegarty automatically records your best result. Right, that's it, guys. So thank you all for attending. Lots of you attended, which is great. I look forward to seeing your very high percentages. So cheers, guys.